Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning in Brownsville, which is my hometown. This is Engineering District 12-0 2024 Construction Kickoff. My name is Rachel Duda. I'm the PennDOT District 12 District Executive. I assumed this position back in December of 2023. So PennDOT is broken into 11 different districts across the state. We're District 12. Don't ask, there's no number 7. PennDOT District 12 covers 10 cities, 193 municipalities in the Commonwealth Southwest counties of Fayette, Greene, Washington, and Westmoreland. I personally direct over 700 employees with an annual operating budget of $300 million. District 12 owns and maintains approximately 2,350 bridges, 3,627 miles of roadways, 165 miles of bicycle routes, and various thousands of additional assets. So we have a couple boards over there. We call it PennDOT by the numbers. We actually call it in District 12 the bubble chart. So you'll see in the bubble chart on top is the by the numbers for the state, and then on the bottom is District 12. So that is all of our assets that we own and maintain. Today I am joined by my district colleagues over here, the jury, and our partner from our Metropolitan Planning Organization. To my right, it's Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission, Dominic DeAndrea. We've worked together for many years. Over here I also have Bill Bomerich. He's my Assistant District Executive for Construction, who will be speaking later. So we're here to showcase Governor Shapiro's commitment to delivering safe highways and bridges across the Commonwealth. The bipartisan infrastructure law signed in November of 2021 brings $4 billion in new highway and bridge funds to Pennsylvania over 5 years. We appreciate that Governor Shapiro prioritized infrastructure funding in his budget, which ultimately was part of the year's state budget agreement. In 2023-2024 budget, he secured $125 million to fully leverage federal bipartisan infrastructure law investments, we call that the BIL, and improve Pennsylvania's roads and bridges. The investment is made possible by decoupling Pennsylvania's state police funding from the motor license fund and is in the first year of the governor's 4-year proposal to invest an additional $1.25 billion into the state's infrastructure. In the state of Pennsylvania in 2023, 684 bridges went out for bid to be repaired or replaced or preserved, and 7,011 roadway miles were improved by the department or our partner crews. Our governor and our federal partners are working to give us more resources to make travel easier and safer in every corner of the Commonwealth. In our corner, Pennsylvania, Southwestern PA, 103 projects are anticipated to be in construction status this year, representing an investment of $528 million. Overall highlights in the 2024 construction season for the Southwest region, which are supported by the BIL law, include approximately 93.87 miles of paving, 500 miles of seal coating and crack sealing, 28 bridges will be preserved, 45 bridges will be rehabilitated or replaced, and 20 slides will be repaired by department forces with an additional 6 slide locations in construction status. And Bill's going to go over those later on in the presentation. So in my previous position, I served as the District Assistant District Executive for Design for nearly 13 years. I'm eager to oversee my first year in construction under this new leadership capacity. My top goal has always been to look for ways that improve safety and save people's lives through advances in our transportation system. Knowing that safety is our #1 priority, I am thrilled with the Commonwealth's Work Zone Speed Safety Camera program. It's for the health and protection of our workers. In 2022, there were 1,293 work zone crashes in Pennsylvania with 14 fatalities. That's 14 too many. In our district alone, there were 76 work zone crashes and 1 fatality in 2022. The enforcement of the Work Zone Speed Safety Camera program started in March of this year. It was previously referred to as the Automated Work Zone Speed Enforcement Program. It had an initial 5-year project pilot program that was signed into the House Bill 2084 in December of last year. The program uses vehicle-mounted systems to detect and record motorists exceeding the posted work zone speed limit by 11 miles per hour. And they use electronic speed timing devices. So you could see these cameras in any work zone where workers are present. The way they do this is they give registered owners a warning of their first offense. So you get a first-time warning. The second time, there's a violation notice of $75 per fine for the second offense. And if you do it more than twice, you're going to pay $150 for each fine thereafter. But this law is very important because it does protect our workers. And they deserve the right to go home to their family each and every night the way that they arrived at work. And now I have the pleasure of introducing our funding partner from the Southwestern Planning Commission, Dominic DeAndrea, and thank you very much for coming to this construction media event. We appreciate your interest and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rachel. Anytime we kick off a construction season, it's a great day for District 12 and a great day for the 4 counties that District 12 serves. My name is Dom DeAndrea. I work for the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission. We are the metropolitan planning organization that works with PennDOT, the counties, and others, locals, to really determine the funding and the transportation needs and the priorities, and funding those transportation needs and priorities. Rachel mentioned the bipartisan infrastructure law, also known as the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. It was passed in November 2021. I'll add a couple things. It included a 50% increase in spending over the previous transportation bill known as the FAST Act. It included new formula funding programs such as the Bridge Investment Program, and what it has meant to our 10-county region. SPC works with 10 counties and 3 PennDOT districts. What it has meant to our 10-county region is an additional $500 million in formula funds for our 4-year transportation improvement program, which has allowed everybody to program more highway, bridge, and transit projects, which helps us to sustain good jobs and improve communities. Our Transportation Improvement Program, or TIP, is a 4-year plan of projects that gets updated every 2 years. We work with each of our member counties, PennDOT, and others, again, to prioritize the transportation needs that are to be placed on this 4-year pipeline of projects. The current 23-26 TIP has about $3.9 billion for a 4-year plan, $3.9 billion for highway and bridge and transit projects across our 10-county region. On the highway bridge side, it includes about 460 projects. The TIP is a living and breathing piece of work as we meet with our county and PennDOT partners every month to discuss budget and schedule changes as bids come in and as projects progress. And now, to talk about projects progressing, I would like to introduce Bill Beaumarriage. That's what we're here to talk about, our projects that are in the coming construction season. Bill?
Yeah, thank you, Dominic. So my name is Bill Beaumarriage. I'm the AD for construction in District 12. And I'm honored to be here today to talk about 9 of 103 projects that are being delivered this year in construction. And I'm proud to be able to be out in front of you talking about this because it's a lot of hard work from our ladies and gentlemen in District 12 to deliver these projects. And we're very excited on the improvements it is going to bring to the Southwestern Pennsylvania region. So to start out, I'll just cover 9 of the 103 projects, but then our staff will be here on site to answer any specific questions you have or concerns or whatever you'd like to discuss on any of the 103 projects. So the first project we're going to discuss today is apropos is we call it the Dunlap Creek Bridge project in Brownsville here. This project, its roots are deeply rooted in the history of Southwestern Pennsylvania. It was actually constructed in 1839 The bridge is still carrying legal load without any posting. And we are privileged to be able to preserve this great work that our ancestors did. So the project actually was let on 3/14 of this year, is anticipated to be completed by December of 2025. And it's approximately a $9 million job. The low bidder was Allison Park Construction. So as part of the preservation for this project, we'll actually disassemble the bridge piece by piece, ship those pieces away to be refabricated, any repairs, anything that needs done to them. And then we'll actually reassemble the bridge piece by piece. And we will restore it to the condition and the look that it had in 1839. As part of that, we will actually be building a pedestrian bridge just adjacent to the structure. That way we were able to remove the sidewalks that are hindering viewing the existing structure. And pedestrians will be able to use that new bridge, but then it'll also be situated so that the pedestrians can view the underside of the bridge and really marvel in the great works of our ancestors. So the next project I'd like to discuss is also in Fayette County, and this is the 711 Crawford Avenue Bridge in Connellsville, Pennsylvania. So this project had a notice to proceed on 9/8 of 23, but the first 9 months of that job was a lot of upfront work and ordering steel and so forth. And then actually in January of this year, the contractor, who is Mercedes Construction Company, they started to disassemble the bridge, and this is a $11.5 million contract. As part of the schedule for the work this year is to dismantle the bridge here within the next 2 weeks. It'll be finished. And then after that, they will start redoing the beam seats and reconstructing the new steel. And the anticipation is to have that open by the fall of this year. One interesting thing is that we worked hand in hand with the borough of Connellsville, and we took a lot of their concerns and wants and needs into the design of the project. So the new superstructure will actually carry 2 lanes of traffic, but it'll also work with the intermodal aspects of Connellsville with the Great Allegheny Passage. It'll have pedestrian and bike paths on it now to help the city accomplish their long-range plans. So let's move to Greene County. The next project is a Waynesburg Betterment project. And this project had a notice to proceed of 4/3 of 23. Again, over the last year, we've been doing a lot with moving utilities and preparing for the construction of this year. This is an $11.8 million project, and Gulasek Construction is the contractor. So this project is actually the rehabilitation of several intersections along Route 19 and Route 21 in the business district of Waynesburg. As part of this, several of the intersections will be reconstructed with concrete, and that'll help to provide a more durable surface for large trucks that are use this corridor and perform turning movements within those intersections. But then we'll also be resurfacing the other parts of the road. It'll include improvements to signing, pavement markings, handicap ramp, and sidewalks to help for intermodal and pedestrian movements throughout the town. And that work will be completed by the end of this year. We're anticipating 10 of 24. So the next project, we'll stick in Waynesburg for a couple of projects here. So the next project is actually Route 21 over Tollgate Run. This project was, notice to proceed was 1/25 of 23. Again, we were fabricating the blocks for the last year and preparing to start construction this year. So this is a $3.3 million project, and Advanced Builders Incorporated is the contractor. This project, currently, we're relocating utilities and preparing the temporary road to maintain traffic while we're able to replace the box culvert. That way, keeping business flowing in the town of Waynesburg. The job is anticipated to be completed in 9 of 24. Another project in Greene County is Route 21 east of Waynesburg. So this project had a notice to proceed of 11 of 23. The anticipated completion is the fall of this year, and it is a $4.8 million project with Gulasek Construction as the low bidder. The project consists of concrete repairs to the riding surface between the intersection of 19 and 21 in Waynesburg. It'll proceed to the east up to Rolling Meadows Road. And there'll be various short-term closures as we reconstruct that pavement, portions of that pavement, and make it more durable for the future to come. So let's move to another project in Fayette County. So this is one of our bigger projects that we've let recently, and probably the most expensive project that we've hence let in District 12. This is the I-70 51 interchange project. So this is the complete reconstruction of the I-70 51 interchange. The project had a notice to proceed of 5 of 22, and since then we've continued to work through the winters for the last 2 winters. It is anticipated the contract is to be completed in the fall of 27, but we anticipated the physical work that will be on the road will be done by the fall of 26. This is a $120 million project, and this is Golden Triangle Construction Company is the low bidder for the project. The project includes reconstruction of about 3 miles of I-70, a new interchange into a diverging diamond interchange, which will be the second interchange of that configuration. Martland Avenue was the first that was constructed. This will be the second in our area. It'll also include about 2 miles, 1.5 miles of reconstruction of Route 51 and another ½ mile of overlay. We'll be completely rehabilitating the Smithton High Level Bridge, and we'll be replacing the W&LE Railroad Bridge over Route 51. This summer, most of the work will be focused on completing that bridge over the railroad over 51, completing the Smithton High Level Bridge work, and then we'll actually be working on reconstructing the existing northbound lanes of I-70. Route 51. We'll be reconstructing the existing northbound lanes of I-51. Okay, so the next project, we'll move to Westmoreland County. It's a section of the Laurel Valley Transportation Improvement Project. So the overall project is the reconstruction of Route 981 between 819 and Mount Pleasant and Route 30 near the Arnie Palmer Airport. So this is the southern leg of that larger project, and the project had a notice to proceed of 9 of 21. The anticipated completion is 9 of 24, so that's this year. It is a $55 million contract with Walsh Construction Company. Over the last several years, we've been reconstructing and placing roundabouts at 981 and 819, 981 Heckler Road, and this year we'll be focusing on a new roundabout in Norvelt. We'll also this year be finishing up the pavement between Heckler Road and 819 and finishing some offline reconstruction between Heckler Road and Norvelt, and then finally tying the new alignment in to 981 just south of Calumet. So the next project that we're going to discuss actually has not been yet let currently, but it is anticipated to be let 4/18 of 24. And this project is the North Junction to Racetrack Road Preservation Project. As you notice, there is a lot of preservation work in these projects, and that is because we're really focusing on preserving our assets so that we can use our assets to the longest life cycle possible and getting all the use out of our assets before we replace them. So this project is anticipated notice to proceed of June, and we're anticipated to be completed by November, and it will be somewhere between a $3 and $5 million project. and it will consist of concrete repairs to the slab and the pavement and other improvements between the north junction of 70 and 79, proceeding north on 79 to Racetrack Road. The final project I'd like to discuss today is the 88. It's in Washington County also, and it's Route 88 Fredericktown Preservation. This project is due to be let 4/11 and anticipated to be completed in November of '24. Again, this is a $6 to $8 million resurfacing project, and it will resurface 5.6 miles of Route 88, and that's from the Greene County line to Ridge Road in Center Borough in East Bethlehem Township, Washington County. So those are the projects we wanted to discuss of the 103 that we've done. But we have maps here. We would like to go over those with anyone that's interested and provide more detail on any of the projects, answer any questions that we can. As I said, we have the experts that are going to be on the jobs. They can answer a lot more in-depth questions that you all may have. And again, thank you so much for coming, and we appreciate your interest in transportation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, folks. Thank you also to the Borough of Brownsville for hosting us today. We really appreciate you allowing us to use your space. So yeah, our expert leadership folks here are available for one-on-one interviews. We have the construction maps for Washington, Fayette here. There are 2 more for our other counties in the hall. So we're here until you're done with us.
Just want to say that this big truss bridge over here is not the cast iron bridge. The cast iron bridge is a small little bridge with kind of ornate railing that's probably where you parked at. So that is the first cast iron bridge in America. It's a bit of history, but everyone thinks it's this bigger bridge over here. It's not, it's small, but it has a lot of value, and that's the one that we wanted to highlight. So there's plaques over there if you want to get shots of that.
When will the construction on the cast iron bridge begin again?
Scott?
The anticipated notice to proceed is April the 29th.
Oh, great.
We'll have a meeting here with our contractor here probably in a couple weeks. Actually, I don't anticipate physical work probably starting until maybe mid-May,
Mid-May. Okay.
approximately, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll actually start the Brownsville Avenue Bridge first,
Mhm.
so we can get that superstructure done so that the emergency detour for the buses and emergency vehicles can get handled. And then,
For that time.
yeah, now they may come over here to cast iron and do some prep work while we are working on Brownsville Avenue at the same time. More than likely, that will happen, yeah.
What's the start date on the Brownsville Avenue Bridge?
Again, we're probably talking mid to late May is my guess at this point without having a meeting with my contractor. But knowing how the timeline usually goes with these projects, once they're bid and let, that's a guesstimate right now.
So about, expect mid-May.
And then we'll keep up with our, with our media folks here at the district, and when things change, we'll alert them, let them know something, and they can get something out of a press release as well.
Gary, why don't you tell them why that bridge is so special, the cast iron bridge?
Well, it was the first cast iron bridge built in America. As Bill touched on, it was built in 1839, so it's very important to us, and we took it very serious in design to make sure we had no impacts to that structure. As a project manager, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get to work on a bridge like this. No one here will probably ever get the opportunity again, so
We appreciate
I
it.
think the 1839 build of that bridge speaks volumes, and how it, like Bill touched, it still carries a legal load. We have bridges that are, I don't want to throw out a date, that don't carry legal loads that were built, in our lifetime. So
Right.
it's pretty significant, and it's pretty special that bridge still carries that legal load.
When do you expect the completion time for these things?
Well, Scott touched base on, I can speak of the pre-bid schedule, as he mentioned that we won't know until the contractor develops his schedule, but they have to complete Brownsville Avenue first. It
Right.
carries our emergency service detour. I think best case, that may start mid-May, probably late July, middle of August, that bridge would be completed. And traffic cannot be shut down on Market Street for the cast iron bridge until that's completed, so.
Okay.
But
Best
this
case
one-
scenario, August would see major work to the cast iron bridge.
Okay.
And you gotta remember, this is a lot more delicate of a structure. We just can't blast it or demo it. We have to intricately disassemble it. We have to label the members, things like that. And the contractor also has to submit a demo plan.
Okay.
Well, a disassembly plan. So that takes time to be reviewed and approved. We have a large causeway that'll have to go in. We have a significant work area underneath the bridge. We could disassemble that. There'll be some towers built. We also have a utility line that crosses the bridge that has to be supported. So it's very delicate work up front that could take some time. So that's why, you know, we want to over-deliver on this project. So that's why we gave, you know, we're under-promising on the completion date. That's why Bill said December of next year. Hopefully, you know, we see a better completion date than that, but very delicate work up front, and the bridge has to be shipped away for the fabrication work, the repairs to it. It's not something that can be done on site because of the delicate work, so that's why the completion date is a little bit further off. There's a lot of unknowns with a bridge built in 1839.
Sure.
Are you going to be videotaping the whole process?
Yes, we have a time-lapse video set up in the contract that will be done. We also have some plans to do some drone footage work during the disassembly, the reassembly, and different points in the contract. So yeah, we have, we'd like to document as much as we can on this for maybe some future information.
Yes, our
Will you be able to log on
videography.
to, you know, see all this, or?
I don't know if that's something.
I'm sorry, what was that?
They can be able to log on
He asked
and
if they will
watch
be
the
able to
video.
log on somewhere to be able to watch it.
No, our
in real
time lapse,
time.
our time lapse photography is just for the department and also our drone work. But we are providing our videography capabilities in PennDOT. We are producing a video that will basically summarize the design, construction of it. So when it's done, we have something that we can present to people that are interested.
Excellent. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Any other questions about any of the projects we have? Or?
We'll stick around.
Yep, thank you all.